Good morning, everyone. I am so sorry that I'm running late. It has been a heck of a morning, and I'm sorry. I overslept, and I threw on my clothes, and here I am. Finally, at last. You'll never believe. Good morning, everyone. Rookie mistake. Hang on. Sorry. Trying to get everything ready here, and I'm just going nuts. Okay. Whew. All right. So I put the link out in the regular place, and so if you want to come up, Darlene or Denise or yeah. Oh boy. So here I am. I cannot believe this is happening. But anyway, we're here and we're live and yay. And we praise God for the opportunity. So, I don't know what's going on in your world today. It's good to see everybody in the chat. Let's see who we got. We got Myra and Denise and Norgus, Darlene, Chrissy. Thank y'all for coming this morning. And good to see all of you fine people today. I have no idea what we're going to talk about. It's called whatever comes out. Not whatever comes out, but anyway, thank you, Darlene. Appreciate that. Hello, Blandine. How you doing today? And hello, Chris. Good to see everyone. So hopefully, good. Praise the Lord. Thank you.
Oh, hold on.
Oh boy. I gotta tell you. Hang on.
Okay.
All right.
Let me pop this chat out.
Let me turn down this volume a little bit.
And let me turn mine down.
Oh boy.
You're okay. You're okay.
We made it. We are live. Oh my.
And yes, I have on the same shirt I had on yesterday.
That's okay.
I haven't changed for the doctor yet.
Whatever works for you. Man, I haven't
bed until 10.
Well, yeah, I didn't go to bed until 2:30, I guess. Something like that, maybe 3. I got caught up. I'm trying to finish this book, but I'm at the point. I'm in the last chapter or 2, and the whole thing has been very, very interesting. It's called Paradigm by Jonathan Kahn, and it's very interesting. It's enthralling. It's also sometimes not hard to digest, but hard to read because of the things he reveals. It's just like, whoa, okay, that's a lot to handle. But or gee, I wish I'd known that at the time. But anyway, it's worth it. It's worth it if you come across a copy of that, particularly at in a used store situation, used book situation. Why not save a few bucks? But it's a good book to try. So yeah. How are you?
Today is Jennifer's birthday, Jennifer Layton.
Oh, happy birthday, Jennifer.
It shows that she turned 50. I told her, don't be stressed. I loved my 50th birthday. You just have to embrace that number. And
yes.
Today is Diana Brianna's birthday.
Well, good morning and happy birthday, Diana Brianna.
Not on yet, but I'm just
saying.
Yeah. You guys, I had my first doctor appointment in the doctor's office. So
face-to-face, in person, huh?
Yes. So wear the mask.
Hey, Hetty.
Good morning, Hetty. Wear the mask. Do that.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Well, we got some not so good news.
Uh-oh.
Yesterday evening, the my husband's brother, so my brother-in-law, um, had been in the hospital a couple of days last week with pneumonia. I don't know if I had shared that with y'all or not. And uh, he was trying to get into a hospital that to his doctor that is in the Houston area, and because of his health situations, that's where he usually went. Uh, because it was more complicated than a lot of things here. So, but he ended up with pneumonia, and so he came home and was doing okay and everything. And yesterday morning, my husband went over there and to visit like he does every morning. Brings him coffee like my father-in-law used to do, and so everything was good. And then early afternoon, I guess between 2 and 3 o'clock, my sister-in-law calls and upset, and she said that they had to rush him to the emergency room because he was having some problems that was just he was acting well. Anyway, I don't know all the details because it all happened so fast, but so they get him to the hospital, and he's there. Of course, we're in this situation where you can't go, you can't visit, you can't be there with your loved one, and it's enough to drive you nuts, whoever you are in that situation. So about 9 o'clock last night, we were headed over to my father-in-law's home. Well, he passed a few months ago, and my husband is in charge of the estate and everything. And so he had gone by there to drop something off. And as we're turning into the driveway, our phone rang. His phone rang. And unfortunately, in that moment, we got the message that my brother-in-law had passed suddenly and unexpectedly.
Oh,
Now he had some health issues over the years, and there were some challenges in his health, but for the most part, he was good, lately until this, obviously
oh,
the pneumonia and so forth.
do you guys know what specifically?
No, not yet. Not yet. My
Oh,
sister-in-law they didn't tell her anything over the phone. So my sister-in-law and my nephew were headed to the hospital. Now we haven't heard from them since. So so my husband is at church right now. So I'm sure that after church he will probably swing by and check on things. And anyway, he was I think he was 68. I think he just turned 68, which, being 64, that's still rather young in my eyes, so.
I mean, even with all of Mama's health issues, Mama's 80, you know?
Yeah. Well, yeah, he had, like I said, a few years back, he had some various issues, arthritis and heart, issues and whatnot, but he had come through so much. Oh my, so much. And was doing well for years, for the most part doing well. He was taking some very strong medication for his arthritis and whatnot, but rheumatoid arthritis.
Yeah.
And he got that later in life, as a result of I don't remember all the details because it's been happening, a slow trickle over the years. So anyhow, but anyway, it's just such a shock because it was very sudden. So anyway, So anyway, that's my morning prayer concern for my sister-in-law, my husband, and my husband's family, my family, because of that. Because well,
Because
you know,
you guys were already hit with, what happened to your father-in-law.
right,
So
and that was in February. He died February
yeah,
22nd, and that was unexpected as well.
yeah,
Well, okay, unexpected, but of course at 93, you're going to have the, that sometime, there's to be blessed with 93 years is an awesome thing. So, I mean, it wasn't exactly unexpected, but it was unexpected because he was fine. He was healthy. Oh, yes, Chrissy, I understand the virus has been a big deal. Now, he did not have that, um, to my knowledge, he did not have that at all because he did not have any of those symptoms, Chrissy. That's an excellent question, especially given the times. But no, he did not have any of the symptoms of that. It was all related to um,
well,
other
rheumatoid
things.
arthritis can affect the heart. A lot of people don't
Yeah,
realize that.
yeah. And he
That
did
was
have heart problems
Yeah, and the
years ago.
medications can only do so much.
Right,
But if you don't take care of yourself, um, there's things just like I know I don't eat healthy. You guys have seen my snacking, but it's just like when people have what is it, cholesterol problems, where it can cause inflammation in your blood and
right.
cause, that kind of thing. Well, rheumatoid does the same thing. It can build up.
Hmm.
The swelling you can see in your hands or whatever joint.
Yeah,
That same thing can develop and attack your heart too. I re-
that makes sense.
I did not know that until I said I couldn't figure out why being at a like 46, I was turned down a life insurance policy at my husband's work. And,
Yeah,
when I bebopped in, um, the overrider guy was there, or underwriter, and he was like, I can't believe that they turned you down.
yeah.
And I had already read that that is one of the main causes of women with arthritis is heart attacks. So
I
I'd
didn't
read
know
the
that.
article already. And
Wow.
that's what I told him. I said, "No," I said, "I could look like this and look like I'm healthy, but if I don't take the medicine to help my vessels and stuff to keep
Hmm.
out the inflammation, I can have a heart attack." That's why.
Right.
And a lot of people don't know that. They don't know that.
I had no idea. I didn't realize the two were so connected, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, some years ago, he was having some problems with both,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
he had pretty much gotten past that, the heart issues, because of the medication, probably.
Yeah.
And but
That is
anyway,
that is the hydrochloroquine that I take, that it's all over the news now. Plaquenil.
oh
I've been
wow,
taking that for 15
Chrissy,
years, and
yeah,
that helps keep the inflammation down.
yeah,
It does not cure rheumatoid, but it keeps the inflammation out of my blood. So,
yeah. Well, that's good.
with Creasy, yeah, I've been having just some awful, awful dreams. Um,
Yeah. You've been talking about those.
yeah,
I'm sorry that's
so
happening to you.
yeah, so it's a lot of it, and it's most people right now. Most people aren't sleeping well. And now we
Yeah,
have another layer of stuff hitting us in the news that I refuse to, watch. But yet, if Keithan's watching it on Facebook, I'm in the same room and I can hear it. So I know
right,
what's going
right.
on.
Yeah, there is a lot going on right now.
Tracy, my dad died. He died complications of a stroke, I guess you could say.
Uh huh.
He was bedridden from a stroke. But he was a smoker from the time he was 5 years old.
Wow.
And yeah, and
Mm,
so
that's a long time.
yeah, so
That's very unusual. Well, I would think that's very unusual at 5 years old.
well
Wow.
back then, I mean,
Well,
dad,
that's true.
yeah, because my dad would have been 82. So
Hmm.
I mean, back then was a whole different time. So yeah, I have a family history of it, but I've never, I'm not a drinker. My parents alcoholics. I wasn't a drinker nor a smoker and all of those things, but I know that I have to stay on that one medication. Other medications I've stopped using because they made me sick.
Yeah.
But that one I have continued to take because I knew it helped with inflammation in the blood. So didn't know that it was going to be a um, something that everybody was going to seek out.
Yeah.
In 2020, it was going.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like you sometimes, Liz. I just don't look, you guys. I ain't been up long.
Yeah, this is unusual for you.
I
Yeah.
have, I have just stuff on my mind that I might have to go take care of today, and it's kind of got me out of whack.
Hmm.
You guys, I ain't even brushed my teeth yet. I should have come on with the mask.
I
Uh,
debated brushing my teeth, to be honest,
Look,
because
I
I'm
know
like, I'm running late. Oh my gosh.
I know on my way out, I'll go through, I'll brush my teeth, I'll throw on another shirt or maybe not. You guys, I don't feel like being human today, as Tracy says, but I brushed my hair and I took off my
Yay.
makeup before I decided to even come on. I did take that off, except these ugly eyebrows. Oh, yeah, Bruce does. I saw that, Chrissy. I love you. We love you for jumping on every time you see us
Yeah.
live.
Thank you so much, Chrissy. Appreciate you coming.
Send my love to
God's
Bruce.
blessings on you, your family, and your world. And tell Bruce we love him and
Yep,
pray God's blessings on him as well.
yep. But yeah, I did brush my hair, and like I said, I should have took off these ugly eyebrows. Um, they bothered me since yesterday morning.
Hmm. Interesting.
Liz, I think it's the color of my hair. I don't like that color.
Well, that,
I, I,
that happens. Sometimes
it's
you know.
copper.
Mhm.
I'm going to get me another shade to cover it. Casey said, "Well, Mom, it's not orange like you said. It's just kind of copper." I said, "Uh-huh." So
Well, you need to in there
a
a
waiting period?
yeah, a
No,
suggested waiting period.
not really. Not when you're adding color on top.
I just thought
Uh,
perhaps it's a what do you call it? A shock to your hair to your roots
I
to
think
do
it.
it often,
I
But
think it's more for people that will strip their hair.
uh-huh.
It affects it different. If I don't know, Liz, I'm just gonna let my hair get. You have to let your hair like go 3 or 4 days without washing your hair.
Yeah.
You don't have to, but that's what I do,
Uh-huh.
and that protects the oils. And I don't know. I'm rambling. I'm rambling.
It's
Like,
okay.
like that's
You're
what you do
you're
sometimes.
actually making sense, so
Oh,
I mean, to me, now that might be scary. I don't know. Pat and I are okay.
oh,
Oh my
it,
goodness. Yeah.
we both said goodness at the same. Um, I
Oh
did
boy.
decide yesterday. I thought, well, let me see. Let me go ahead and when I take her out, it was such a beautiful day yesterday, and I decided, well, heck, I'll just, kind of show our vegetable garden or a fruit garden, which
Uh-huh.
is blackberries here, mulberries here,
I'm
but
trying to
but
see who all still here. But
but but yeah, and I always go back and read. I see each and every comment. I will always do
yeah.
that. And Joel,
Mm-hmm.
Joel Thornton,
Yes.
um, it really surprised that I didn't think about it because I forgot what I even said when I ended it. He said he really enjoyed me ending it with "God bless you, God bless you all," and I didn't even realize I did.
Yeah, that was a good video. I enjoyed it.
I didn't even realize I did. I mean, but yeah, now I think I got. Look, you guys, you guys stop or get out of my box. Get out of my candy box. But all I could think about was ticks.
Oh yeah.
Ever since the tick got on my phone the other night. So
Whenever you had in that video, whenever you were getting up on the porch and you were latching the gate, I thought, check yourself for ticks. Check yourself for ticks.
because they fall out of the teeth and stuff. Good morning, darling B.
Good morning, darling B.
So when I got in the house, I was doing this and I was doing this and I was doing this and doing this, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I was talking to the niece on the phone later, and I was
Uh-huh.
laying in bed, and she could see me itching, and twitching. Uh,
Yep.
you
Yep.
can explain to Darlene B what happened,
Oh,
since
with
she just jumped in.
yeah, she did just jump in. It's good to see you, darling B. Yeah. So, um, yeah, ticks. They are an
Well,
unwelcome thing.
well, with your brother-in-law.
Oh, yes. Unexpectedly last night, my brother-in-law passed. Um, he had pneumonia last week and had come home from the hospital and was seemingly doing great. And then he he had what kind of seems to be a stroke, maybe. And so the everything was fine yesterday morning and until yesterday afternoon. He started having a problem, and my sister-in-law had to call the ambulance and they took him off to the uh, hospital, and they admitted him. And last night, about 9ish, we got the call that he had died. Like I said, unexpectedly, totally unexpectedly. So we um, appreciate any prayers and such. Thank you so much, Darlene B. Appreciate that. But he had some medical issues, over the years, and but like I say, lately it just was not expected. It just boom. You never know. We just don't know how much time we have.
That's
Period.
right.
And that's always been the case. We concern ourselves with the end of the world and such things as that, and rightly so, because we are God's people, and we are to be sharing His love and the truth of His salvation in the gospel. And
We're his messengers per
yes,
se.
we're His messengers. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. And so, we know that we only have so much time to do this, but sometimes when you think, we think that we're going to be here. The normal thought is that you don't really, you usually don't die till you get old, unless there's an accident or something like that, and things like that happen to
Well,
surprise us, and yeah,
like with Whitney,
exactly.
she one day she's on Casey's page telling him happy birthday because in May They always, when our pool was open,
Thank you,
they
Denise.
always had May, like a big May bash here at the pool.
Uh-huh.
They'd have all their friends, and Casey celebrated his, Tiffany celebrated hers, and Whitney was always with them. She was a big part of our family. So one day she's telling Casey happy birthday on his feed. Next day, Casey's coming in and telling me she's gone.
Yeah.
And so she was 39.
Yeah. Wow.
Denise, are you able to come up? I don't want to leave Liz by herself, but it's 9:04.
And you need to
Yeah, I
you
have to
need
be at
to go to the doctor's office.
I
Yeah.
have to be there at 9:20, so I've got to go put on a bra.
Oh boy, how I understand that problem.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow, that's right, Darlene. But, to comfort Casey, I said, but just think, son, they say absent from the body is to be, you'll be with him. And
Right.
and I know if there's a time that of resurrection of the body into the soul and all that. We don't know what the time frame, but I think one moment we're not here and then we cross over, we're with him.
Exactly.
No matter what.
Right.
Time means nothing to God, so we look at it different. But I said, can you imagine? Just bam, she's with him. And that's the way
Exactly.
we have to look at loss.
That's true.
Because you're right, darling. She gained.
That's right, darling. Yeah.
She is with some of her loved ones. And yes, the selfish, that's why I call it the selfish side of us.
Yeah.
Want those people, but she was such a light and such a beautiful soul. And like I said, I can't think of not one person that could have said anything negative
Yeah.
about her. And so, we do have to look at loss differently sometimes.
Yes, that's true.
And, that more than ever, God put it on my heart that, me and my husband have to start praying together every night. It's just,
Hmm.
I don't know why it just come to me. Maybe because he was not feeling good or something wasn't
Uh-huh.
feeling right with him. And that's how it started. But now I can't even think of going to sleep without doing that.
Right.
All right, I am going to have to jump off. You guys, I
Well,
love you.
God's blessings on you, your family, and your world, and your on your appointment. Praying that all goes well.
And
And
pray on the other that we're trying to get worked out. I don't even know if I've talked to you about it, but just prayers on my kids. I'll put it that way. Prayers on
okay.
my kids.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well,
All
yes, your
right.
whole family. We pray for your family, the Crawley family.
Denise says she'll be on in a minute. Uh-oh, but she's not going to have a face. Okay.
Okay. Well, that's fine. Thank you, Denise. I appreciate it.
All right. I love you.
So,
And don't
I
forget,
love
you
you for.
guys.
I love you too. Thank you for coming up. And taking the time to kick me off here, kick me out, kick me off, whatever.
So today is Diana Brianna's birthday, and it is Jennifer Layton's birthday. So you guys, happy birthdays to them. And I hope you
Yes.
didn't mind, Liz. I sent the link to StreamYard to Diana just in case.
Yes.
So, all right, you
And I
guys.
appreciate that. That's what I wanted you to do.
All right, you guys. I love you.
God's blessings. Love you too, dear.
Bye, my Snoop Dog. And prayers for your family, Liz.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And then there was one. Okay, here we go. Now there's two.
Oh,
Thank you,
yeah.
Denise. Appreciate you coming up with me.
No problem, sweetheart.
Yeah.
I'm a little rough for wear this morning, but I
Yeah.
ain't gonna leave you by yourself, honey.
Well, that's so sweet of you. Thank you so very much.
Hey, everybody.
Oh boy, we have. Oh, I cannot believe it's already June 2nd. We are in the 2nd day of the 3rd quarter, beginning of the 3rd quarter.
No,
Crazy.
I was sitting here yesterday thinking, oh my gosh, it's already June.
Yeah.
My
Just,
Lord, we in the halfway mark.
yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, here we go. Hang on tight. Buckle up, as they say.
Amen.
So,
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
I'm
my
sorry.
poor baby got scared to death last night.
Oh,
Tatum.
wow.
Well, Alvin, I could hear Alvin kind of doing his little thing back there a lot of times, like he does when he's gonna have a nightmare.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't want him having a full blown nightmare with Tatum in there because he can sound horrid.
He talks in his
And
sleep now.
so I'm over there and I'm waking him up, and he opens his eyes. And I was asking him, I said, "Who am I?" He thought I was his grandma.
Oh, okay.
And I said, "No." I said, "Who?" I said, "Look at me. Who am I?" Well, about that time, Tatum heard us because Tatum's in the back room and Alvin's in the den, which is back there in the back part too.
Uh-huh.
And so Tatum's up, and I'm still trying to get Alvin to tell me who I am. And he finally does. Well, by that time, I'm looking, Tatum's got tears rolling down his face because it
Mm-hmm.
scared him to death. I said, "Baby, he's all right." I said, "He was just dreaming." I had to wake
Yeah.
him up good enough so
I lost your
it's,
oh,
dang it. Hello.
okay. You're there. I hear you now.
Oh, man. I'm sorry the phone rang.
Oh,
Uh,
that happens.
can you hear me?
Yes, I
Yes.
hear you.
Well, that's because we got an appointment tomorrow, so of course they call
Yeah, true.
to remind you get that little recording. So I had to get out the phone call. But anyhow,
Yeah.
he's okay by then because he realizes his grandpa's all right. He
Yeah.
said he was in the middle of a dream, baby. It's okay. I
Yeah.
promise you it's all right. So
Yeah.
I know
It
it
is. It's kind
scared
of a different thing
me.
to experience.
Well, he's already scared about his
Hmm.
grandpa and me anyway, because, with all the health issues, and
Right.
he is so attached to us, and this is his safe place.
Understandable.
So for him, when if we're not doing all that great or something crazy's happening, of course he freaks out because he's very emotional anyway.
Hmm.
So, I mean, the boy spent over half his life with us. So,
Yeah. Well, you get
he
close,
grew up
and
with us.
that's understandable. All understandable.
And it just, oh, it hurts my heart. But that's what I was trying to prevent, was him scaring the crap out of him.
Yeah.
He did it anyway. I said, well, he needs to know that
Yeah.
this stuff
Because
happens and it's nothing unusual. And
right, it could
which
happen when you're
I'm not there.
maybe you're not there for some reason. Maybe you're outside, or
Yes.
just in the other room, and he's in the same room, and it's just good for kids to understand what's going on in that kind of situation so that they aren't scared. And
Yeah, I've tried, in the beginning, I used to try to hide stuff from the kids as far as Alvin's health and stuff, but then it got to where it was just too, even my grown kids, because, Alvin has always been well, okay, they'll tell you right quick, Daddy weren't the strong one in the family, Mama, you were. But
yeah,
I'm like, but then I started thinking about, I said, you know what, they really need to know this. What if I'm not here?
right,
What if
right.
something unforeseen happens to me and I'm not here? They're
Hmm.
gonna be crazy, wondering what the heck going on.
Well, there you go, and it's kind of good to keep people in, and
Yeah,
uh,
Tatum knows.
yeah,
Tatum knows how to give his grandpa an insulin shot. He knows how to check his sugar, which has been really great because his stepdad's diabetic too.
oh, good.
So Tatum has the leg up on this stuff. He's
Yes,
given his grandpa
he's
shots.
trained.
Yes, we've had to, because you never know.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's important, even for a kid. Tatum also learned with the rest of my grandkids, my family, everybody.
Uh-huh.
If I'm, for some reason, I'm passed out, use the, because I have a pin for in case,
An EpiPen.
with me with my pump, you have to have one
Uh-huh.
in case it ODs you for some reason. If
Right.
something happens to damage it and it gives me too much medication,
Then
at
your sugar
least giving
drops.
this to me is
Yeah.
gonna stop it or
Right.
stop it long enough to get me help.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. Turn it around.
soon as I got it, they learn how to do it. Every one of them.
Yeah.
They know where it's kept at all times. So, I have two. One I keep
Yeah.
in my purse and one that's at home. They know
Yeah.
where both of them are.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
You
that
have
kind
to
of
be
stuff.
prepared.
Yes. You never know. I mean, I never thought about stuff like that. But
Yeah.
these are important.
Yeah. That we have to be prepared like that with my granddaughter and her
Yeah.
diabetes situation. It's well, like yesterday morning, I was over there. Was it yesterday morning?
Yeah. Yeah, you were there.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
like,
Liz,
wait a
you were
minute,
there.
I've slept since then, not a lot, but I have slept since then. But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, she had
Okay.
she was awake when my husband
Bye.
dropped off their breakfast.
No, you too.
Go ahead. You
God's
just
blessings,
telling me bye.
Alvin. God's blessings,
God's
Alvin.
blessings, Alvin, from Lizanne.
Hey,
So,
Luzanne. Good morning.
hey, how you doing, sweetie?
He's heading to the store.
Yeah. So yesterday morning, my husband had dropped. He knew I was going over there, so he had dropped off breakfast for the kids, and Sally was awake, and so by the time I got there, my grandson's breakfast was gone too,
Yeah.
and so that was kind of weird because he wasn't awake and he didn't eat it, and so
Uh-oh.
by this time my granddaughter's asleep. But I didn't know about the breakfast being missing until my daughter came in before she was, she's getting ready. Before she was going, she had to run into the office for something yesterday, and so she came through and she looked over there. She says, "Where's Landon's breakfast?" I said, "I don't know. I guess I thought he got up at 8 and fell back asleep." And she says, "No, no, he didn't." And so she looked around the house and the kitchen area, but particularly, and where he was sleeping on the couch, and we couldn't find that breakfast anywhere. It was basically a sausage biscuit from McDonald's, so it wasn't,
Yeah.
spoilable in the amount of time that it had transpired. It was only about an hour in an air conditioned house. It's good. So yeah, I said, "You think maybe Sally ate it?" And she says, "I guess she could have." Well, Sally's still asleep all this time, and so we come. She finishes getting ready to go into the office, and at some point or another, I said, she had gone back in the living room, and I said, "Are you sure Sally's okay?" Because if she ate that, I wonder if her sugar's off." And so she says, "Oh," so she goes in the other room because it hadn't occurred to me either until just then, and so she goes in there and she says, "No, she's fine." So which was relief. And I was like, "Oh, great." So, but I think my granddaughter's the night owl that her grandmother is.
I get you.
So anyway,
Well, them not having to go to school.
oh no, they're finished with school.
That's what I said. They're not, going
Yeah,
to school. So of course, hey, I don't have to go to bed early.
yeah, yeah. That's true. So I don't know. I think my grandson's sleep pattern is a little bit closer to normal than my granddaughter's at this time, but that can change in an instant because there's times she keeps him awake because she don't want to be up by
Yeah,
herself.
I got that.
So yeah.
No,
Anyhow.
I used to be the night owl, but then I started, when you working, have to be at work early in the morning,
Yeah.
and you got kids you got to get off to school with. Well,
Right.
you're still kind of a night owl because you can't do everything
Right.
when you're working and you got kids, and
Yeah. You gotta.
a lot of it you got to take care of them when you get home, and then they need to get to sleep before you can finish up stuff before you can go to bed.
Exactly. Exactly.
And then you still got to get up.
Yes.
So,
There's always.
yeah,
There's. You gotta get everything done for the next day.
and it don't stop when they leave the house.
Oh
You get
no, it
into
doesn't.
this pattern, and your sleep pattern, it don't matter what time you go to
Yeah.
bed, you're going to wake up at the same time. Whoa, bright eyed, bushy tail, ready to go.
Exactly.
And I'm like, I
Exactly.
don't have to go to work. I can sleep. Nobody's here.
There you go. And so it begins. Just the sleep pattern starts changing, and
Well, mine still doesn't because don't sleep well at night, and I don't
uh-huh.
sleep. I have a hard time sleeping during the day. I ain't never been one to take a nap. I cannot take a nap. I could lay here till the cows come home, and I'm like, no, it's daytime. Can't go to sleep.
But sometimes I can take a nap, and sometimes I can't. Sometimes I go in there and the eyes just pop open. It's like lo di do di do di do do do
Yep,
do.
something.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope
Uh, it's
everybody's doing good.
yeah, me too. It's a quiet morning on here today.
It
Um,
is.
a lot of things happening on other channels. I think Vermont painting is on Bruce, and
Yeah, with
somebody
Chrissy.
else was supposed to go on. Um, and it's Diana Brianna's birthday today and Jennifer Lathan's birthday today. So we wish
Yes.
them both a very happy and blessed day.
Oh,
And we're
definitely.
so glad that God brought you into the world
Oh, for
and into
sure.
our world as our friends.
Oh, you're not kidding. I can't believe how blessed I am. But when I found all of y'all, it was a miracle to me.
Likewise for
That's what
me.
it felt like.
Likewise for me too. It's
I have met
it's
some
awesome
amazing
how God blesses us
people.
through these things.
Isn't it, though?
Yeah,
At the right
definitely.
time. Every time.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh man.
That's the best part.
Yeah.
Well, I'm very sorry to hear about your brother-in-law, but
Oh, well, thank you.
um,
Such a shock.
yeah, that's when you
We
don't
haven't
know
even
what to do. You
we
just
haven't even begun to um well, my husband's been, trying to take care of things with my father-in-law's estate and
yeah,
everything,
y'all
and
are
he's
still doing all that.
he's been including, my brother-in-law in everything because, well, he's, one of the heirs. I
He's the
mean,
brother, yeah.
yeah. And then my niece, the daughter of his other brother, who his other brother had passed a few years back.
Mm-hmm.
So she's the other direct heir. So, but she's in Germany, and with all this stuff going on, it's going to be interesting trying to resolve some of this stuff. But God's going to take care of it.
Oh yeah.
And
Hey,
Don,
Myra.
good morning, Myra. I saw your note up there that you would be back, and thank you for coming back. Appreciate that. Darlene B, did you get back from getting your second cup of coffee, or did that second cup of coffee wipe you out? I hope not. Oh my nose has decided to. Allergies are driving me nuts today. I
Tell
did.
me about it.
I guess I don't think I ate anything that was. Some of one of my allergies is corn, and corn shows up in everything. I may have
Doesn't it though?
I may have gotten a little more corn in my system over the last 24 hours or something. Sometimes that causes it.
Yeah,
But
I saw Liz Ann and Snoop Dogg up there. Darlene's like, wait till you see her picture.
yeah, I was trying yesterday. I was trying to figure out, what thumbnail to use for the, you know, for the cover, and I thought, oh yeah, wait a minute.
There's Snoop Dogg.
Yeah. Just mail all
Everybody
your
know who
pictures
that
you'd like
was.
to have autographed, and she'll take care of it.
Yeah.
Keep those cards and letters coming in, folks.
Chica. She is so
She's,
pretty.
oh, thank you.
She is adorable.
Thank you. She's such a sweetheart. And yours
Yeah.
are, I love your dogs too. They're beautiful. They're so
Oh,
pretty.
honey. My special needs fella lays right up against me no matter what.
Oh,
He's so funny because if he ever gets away from me,
uh-huh.
can't touch me, at nighttime, I can feel them legs going to town, hunting everywhere.
Yeah,
They're just, and all I
yeah,
got to do, just once he touches me, he'll settle right back down.
yeah,
But it is so
yeah.
funny to
She
watch.
likes to lay right next to me also. And
just as long as he's touching me, he's all right.
yeah,
But then other times he's like all up under my armpit, up under my neck. I'm like, what the heck? I said, I'm okay, boy. Don't sweat it. I'm all right. But ain't nothing like waking up and you got this hit right up in. You can't even turn your head. You like, what the heck?
exactly, exactly.
Or you
Oh my
wake up with one standing on your chest looking directly at you and you're like, whoa.
Yeah, yeah. There are times when I'm asleep and all of a sudden I'll feel my forehead get licked. I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah, you're
And
like, wait a minute, what's
she's
that?
wanting something, and I might be laying on my side, and she'll just, I don't know why she picks to lick my forehead, but that's what she chooses to do to get my attention.
She knows that's what wakes you up.
Yeah, it's a startling thing.
Yeah, it is. And poor old granny dog, she can't hop up on the beds anymore. So
Oh,
she comes over here and she stands on her hind legs and scratches my arm
oh,
till I wake up. And I'm like, I said, what do you want now? And she'll take
yeah,
you wherever. If she wants water, food, gotta
right.
pee, wants to go get in the bedroom with Alvin,
Mm-hmm.
whatever, she gonna take you straight to it. I say, what do you want?
Yeah,
And I'm just like,
yeah.
but she's done it forever. I'm like, people say what they want to. Dogs are smart.
That's true. They are.
She was never taught to do that. She just does it.
There you go. Yeah, we have a little, like a little stool, a padded stool that is about halfway up on our bed, and so she uses that to hop up on the bed and hop down.
Yeah.
And of course, when you're walking through the bedroom at night, you got to remember that's there. Otherwise, you're going to
You,
end up headlong on the floor.
yeah, or
Looking up
your
at the ceiling
toes are
saying,
going to feel like they busted.
right. And you're looking up at the ceiling saying, what just happened? Why am I on the floor?
Dang, that dang stool.
Exactly.
Dog, you better be glad I love you. That's my thing. You better be glad I love you.
Exactly.
Because Little Bit loves her toys that squeak. Oh
Mm-hmm.
my gosh, you will find them wherever. And if they in the pathway, I'm always looking down. I got
Uh-huh.
better sense. So, but Mr. Kane ain't got no sense. So I have to make sure the rugs aren't out of place because when the dogs are running full force in the house, they hit a
Uh-huh.
rug that's gonna slide on this
Oh
wooden
yeah.
floor, the linoleum floor. That
Oh
sucker's
yeah.
gonna go whoosh. So,
Exactly. You know,
and it's blankets out the way because the granny dog can't get in the chair and hop up anymore.
Uh-huh.
So there's a blanket on the floor by Alvin's chair. It's kind of up
Oh.
under the table that's next to it, but it sticks out a little bit too. So
Uh-huh.
she lays down there. And then there's one by his chair in the den. So, I always have to make sure the dogs ain't drug it out none and,
Yeah.
the other dogs. So it's like, this is a death trap sometimes. So
Yeah, because you
her
can hit
toys
that
could
and
be
skid.
anywhere. So
Yeah.
I'm constantly kicking them out the way, trying
Uh-huh.
to make a pathway. I mean, there's not a bunch, but still.
Yeah.
Because little man would steal them out the house and take them outside just to aggravate her. You open the door for him to go out, and he runs, grabs a toy, and shoo, out the door he goes.
My goodness.
And usually,
Yeah,
if they go
they're quick.
outside, they don't come back in.
They're quick.
Yeah, they are very, but they're a joy. They really are.
Yes,
I,
they are.
I'd be lonesome without my babies here. But
Well, of
I've grown
course.
up with
Of course.
Chihuahuas all my life, so
Yeah, I grew up with
I've never
chihuahuas.
known what it's like to be without one.
Oh. Well,
I've always had one.
uh up until Chica, um, I would say all of my married life, we did not have any dogs at all. And now I had, when we got married, I did have a Chihuahua at the time, but my
Okay.
brother was 8 years old, and I was not going to bring
Oh
my
yeah.
dog with me because
Come here.
he considered him his dog too, and it was bad enough. His big sister was, to him it was bad. He was happy, of course, but it was also a shock to
Then I'm
him.
gonna have to come out, go
Yeah,
out, and come back in.
yeah, it was okay. So she'll be back. We have the pop goes the weasel syndrome again this morning. And it happens from time to time. She's on her phone, so that's the way phones go sometimes. But I appreciate her coming up when she can, and looks like we've had some other folks join us to watch the program this morning. So even though you haven't said anything in the chat, I want to welcome you and say good morning. Thank you for joining us today. It's kind of a laid back day. Don't know what, we didn't have a specific topic. We're just chit chatting and carrying on. Okay, she's back.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. I understand. My phone does crazy things too. So
Well, it rang again, and this time it just took
yeah,
me right out.
sometimes it'll do it. Sometimes. Well, are there any prayer requests this morning? If
Yeah,
there
for
are,
sure.
please speak up in the chat, and we'd like to add that to our prayer list, and praying God's blessings on everyone, of course.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So, how's your weather there, Denise?
It's a beautiful day.
That's how it is here too. It's kind of cloudy, but
It's a
it's great.
wonderful day in the neighborhood. Gonna be too hot, but I'd rather have too hot than cold.
Yeah, especially in June, right? I mean,
You never know, though. I'm telling you. I'm
yeah,
scared to
Texas
say
weather's like
anything.
that too. You just don't know.
I told him, I said, Georgia doesn't have seasons anymore. They have spurts.
Yeah, yeah, gotcha.
One day you got this, the next day you got this. So
Yeah,
you never know.
my grandson, uh, throughout his life, it hasn't been super cold or anything. So it's been cold. Our weather has always been. You could be wearing tank top and cutoffs on Christmas Day, here, and it's
Oh,
always
yeah.
been like that, But
Yeah.
he's not
And
aware of.
other,
He wasn't aware of that, So to him, it's like, yeah, we have hot, then we have really hot.
there you go. But we,
Our
sometimes
seasons.
we can have, you know, like you said, tank top and shorts at Christmas time.
Mm-hmm.
Other times we have had snow on the ground here. Not I think Josh last time we had snow at Christmas was
Mm-hmm.
one year when Josh was young.
Yeah.
And Josh is grown with a wife and 2 kids.
Yeah. That's how it was with my
But
daughter.
I kept asking him, I said,
She
what do
was
you
young.
want
I
for
had her.
Christmas? He said, I just want God to let it snow. I said, Josh, you
Oh.
got to want more than that for Christmas. No. He's a little boy. All
Yeah.
he wants is
Yeah.
for God to let him have some snow for Christmas.
Oh.
And lo and behold, we had snow.
Well, God, here's our prayers.
Oh,
Yeah.
Josh was a believer from the while he was in my womb. You hear me? I
Yeah. I
know.
understand. I understand.
It's one of those feelings that I honestly, when my whole pregnancy with Josh was kind of rough.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was really rough because I was sick the whole entire time,
Yeah.
day in, day out.
Morning sickness is rough.
I didn't have morning sickness. I had all day, all night sickness. I
Oh
didn't.
my.
It did not
Didn't
let
let up,
up.
huh? Mm.
Not one day.
Mm.
Not one day. But
Yeah, I
there
had
was
an extended
some.
period like that, but not
There
all
was.
my pregnancy.
Josh was. There was just a feeling, and
Mm-hmm.
it was like, you know, in the Bible it tells you, that your kids belong to God. Of course, I knew they
Right.
were miracles. Lord,
Mm-hmm.
all my babies were miracles in the
Yes, of
first
course.
place, but
Yeah.
I believe childbirth. I mean, that is a miracle. I don't know how you see it and not know it, but
Mm-hmm. It is.
anyhow, I knew that there was something different about Josh. It was just so evident, even in the womb. It was just amazing.
Wow.
And when he was born, Josh, by all accounts, should not have lived past his 5 months
Wow.
because of an incident that happened
Wow.
at 5 months. He wasn't quite 6 months old yet. He was pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
But Josh, his what they call interception, his
Mm-hmm.
intestine had backed up into itself and
Oh no.
was he was hemorrhaging big time.
Oh
I
no.
mean, that baby had no color at all. His everything on him was white. His fingernails were even. You
Wow.
couldn't get color to come in his lips. And
Wow.
I'm in the ambulance with this child, and he's got a death grip on my finger. You hear me?
Well, yeah, of
And
course. And
he
he's
has
scared.
these big, huge brown eyes,
Mm-hmm.
and me and him stare at each other the whole time. I'm gonna tell you what. If you could have given life to this child, I was giving it to him. I
Yes.
was giving him everything I had. And I was praying and staring at him the whole
Right.
time.
Right.
And babies do not live from this. I was
Yeah.
very fortunate. My pediatrician had seen this. She knew exactly what it was.
Wow.
Sent us straight to Savannah. Um, the surgeon was available immediately.
Wow.
Um,
God's perfect
and
timing.
and I'm telling you, I was numb.
Mm-hmm.
I had no feeling whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever they told me to do, I did.
Right.
They put him in ICU. That I went and saw him. It was like I was looking at him, but I didn't. I just had nothing. It was like I was blank.
Yeah. Wow.
And they told me to go home, go to bed. Yeah, I needed to be with my other son because Jay
Yeah.
was older than Josh.
Mm-hmm.
So I was at home with JW, and then I went to bed. And they said, when you get up in the morning, call. We're going to take him out of ICU in the
Yeah.
morning, and when you get here, I said okay. So I went to bed, slept like a log, got up, called them, told them I was dressed. We were on our way. So of course they were getting him ready, and they took him out of ICU and had him in a room. I went to his room with him, and I sat there. Now at the time I'm nursing.
Uh-huh.
Ugh, I cannot get close to my child because every time I got close to him, he'd want to eat, and he couldn't eat.
Oh
And I
yeah,
wanted him to eat really bad.
yeah. But the circumstances prevented that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I
Uh,
stayed there at the hospital the whole time except one night. Alvin said, "Go home. Jay's asking for you. You need to go home. You need to be with him. And
yeah.
I'll be right here. I'm not going to leave. And when you get here in the morning, then everything will be all right. But you need to go home." So I go home, and we're not able to hold Josh either. The only
Right.
thing I can do is like, put my head down beside him and stroke him, and I can
Right.
change him and stuff. I just can't hold him.
Yeah.
And
And that's
so
what you want to do is hold him. Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
And so I come back the next morning. Here Alvin is with a Pedialyte bottle, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" They said, "Well, he could eat." And when you got here, I said, "Well, put that thing down and hand me that child. Please hand me this child."
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
because I knew something was wrong, because when he would eat and I'd lay him down, it would come up.
Right.
Everything would come right back up. He couldn't keep nothing down. But yeah, he kept wanting to eat, and I was trying to make him not eat before all this happened that
Mm-hmm.
day.
Yeah.
But it was just a scary thing all the way around. It
Oh,
was,
sure.
but I was fine. Like I said, throughout the whole thing, the hospital stay, everything, I was fine because I was numb.
Mm-hmm.
And I bring him home, and Liz, I swear, for a whole year, I would wake up in a cold sweat, crying my eyeballs out, hearing the doctor come out of that OR telling me my child was dead.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is the dream I had every
Yeah.
night for a year.
My goodness.
I was devastated. Well,
That
Josh
would be
slept
hard.
in the room with me. He didn't sleep. He slept in the baby bed right next to my bed with my hand on him all night
Uh-huh.
long. But it's just something that that. And
You're
from a
right.
little boy, Josh never wanted to be like a policeman or a fireman or this. You know what usually
Mm-hmm.
kids talk about,
Right.
boys, in most of the time.
Uh-huh.
No, he always wanted to be a preacher.
Wow.
Forever, he was going to be a preacher. He's going to be a preacher. He's going to be a preacher. He used to preach when he was little. He'd go in the bathroom and lock the door and stand in front of the mirror and preach.
Wow.
I found little notebooks after he moved out. Little notebooks with all this writing in it, his
Mm-hmm.
sermons that he
Oh,
did. I was
that's
like, oh
awesome.
my God. It was the cutest thing in the world. It was so awesome reading. And for a child to have some of the thoughts that he had, there was no doubt in my mind, God called him many, many, many years ago. And he's done exactly what God has wanted him to do.
Wow. Such
And
a blessing. Awesome.
yes, it is. I'm sorry, guys. Me and her just talking away. Ain't even paying y'all no attention.
I
I apologize.
I'm having a trying to keep up with the chat over here, which man, it's just speeding up.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, hey.
Man, the
I
chat's
can
going
see.
wild.
Well, mine's like kind of far behind too, so
Yeah.
it's not really catching up.
Yeah, it's like the bottom when it takes a minute to register on mine. So I sometimes I flip back to the YouTube version and
Hey,
yeah,
Darlene.
you can.
Hey,
I'm
my
so good
angel.
to see you back, Darlene. And then there's the other Darlene who's sitting in her car.
Yeah, all
Uh,
right, other people in here. Well, yeah, we got a lot of two of everything in here.
yeah, we do. Two Denises, two Darlenes. And
There's,
then, of course, there are
uh,
our unique friends, unique names, and wonderful friends
oh,
like
yeah.
Myra
Uh
and
huh.
so forth. Yeah. And oh, boy, I don't know.
And Chrissy, and
Yeah,
well, Chrissy, I'm sure, is with Bruce, and Hetty,
probably.
and Blandine, and all them that, yeah, and all that. It's like, yeah, we have a lot
Yeah.
of unique people as well, which is wonderful. Well, we're all unique.
Exactly.
We're
God made it.
all
God made us all.
wonderfully made.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yep. God don't make junk.
No, of course not. Well, I'm tired for some reason. I'm kind of winding down. I'm trying to keep my eyes open. It's not the
You tired?
company. Not the
I
company.
know. Girl, I don't know much as I talk. I put anybody to sleep.
No, no, it's not you. Trust me on this.
I know. I know you're tired.
I did not get much sleep, but that was my own fault because I was up, like I said earlier, reading and
You still reading?
watching YouTube and doing other things that will keep you up.
Yes, I know.
Okay, Darlene B.
Oh, darling, enjoy your bottle babies.
Yes, yes. You take
Love on
care.
them for me.
Yeah, be careful out there. Yeah.
Oh, I could
Yeah.
have a whole herd of animals if I could take care of them, but I can't. So there's no use
Hey,
in having them.
I've got my hands full with one Chihuahua.
Uh-uh. Well, I
I,
mean, we do
I
too, but
love animals, and I wouldn't know what to do with some of them, but I do love them, and but the God knows what I can handle, and one Chihuahua is it.
I get you. Well, like I said, I know I can't take care of them either. So
Yeah, I can't either. I wouldn't. It's kind of like the plants. I wouldn't begin to know where to start, and um, of course, I don't have the same issue with animals that I have with plants. I mean, the animals don't fear these, but
yeah, I mean, I have plants. It's just I can't take care of them like I used to either.
yeah,
So that bothers me.
yeah. I didn't get the green gene, so to speak.
Well, Lizzie and I didn't have them till later in life. I'll tell
Yeah,
you, because I could kill anything just looking at it. I think I'm like, Lord, if you come into my house, you're gonna be dead. But
well, the
not anymore.
about the
Everything
only
grows.
about the only plant that I had any success with was and intentionally growing was aloe vera, but even that I
Yeah.
lost over time because of even a cactus type plant needs water,
Well, yeah. I mean,
and somewhere I don't know how I lost that plant, but I guess I did.
I just I have to remember not to water my aloe plant because I'm used to watering my plants, and I'm like, nope, that one don't get water.
Yeah,
Or
they
you just
need
give it a
some,
little
but not
mist.
like the
Yeah,
others.
give it a little misted and go on.
Hmm. Yeah,
Put my hose on mist and just run it across it real quick, and that's it.
yeah. There you go.
But and it's grown big. It's even got babies next to it. I said, "Oh, you got to change pots. You're getting too big." And I don't dare plant them outside because my dogs. I mean, out in the ground because my dogs sure enough dig them up, eat them.
Yeah,
So
yeah. And that's not, and that aloe vera is not good for dogs. It will kill them.
yeah, they're on the porch, but they're sitting up,
Yeah,
so they don't mess with. No, they don't mess with that plant. They
yeah.
won't
But I
touch
mean, like
it.
if you put it in the ground, if they ate it, it would.
Yeah, but I don't want to put it in the ground.
I'm
I
glad you
mean, I
don't.
don't want to. Nope.
Yeah,
Oh, I mean, we have some out
yeah.
and about, but the dogs don't mess with it.
That's good. That's
But
good.
these, I just don't. It's like if my hands have been on them, the dogs sure enough gonna think it's okay for them to dig them up and play with them or something. I don't know, but I used to have flowers, a bunch of them that flowered and bloomed and stuff, but now I just mostly greenery, so it's easy to take care of.
Right.
But I still
Uh,
have flowers I usually grow, I put out, and they're fine.
well, I have the philosophy whatever plants are outside, they just have to be able to live with whatever God blesses them with, because that's
Exactly. Yeah.
just not.
I set mine up on the
Yeah,
ledge on the porch where God can water them too,
there you go.
a lot of the times. But I have you know, they get the morning light and that's it. They don't, you know, there's no sun that hits them in
Uh-huh.
the afternoon or evening. They get the first morning light, so it's not bad. But I mean, I enjoy them. I mean, I love looking at. I used to love digging in it and messing with it, but I can't do it now. My hands don't cooperate.
Yeah. Let's see.
And so
Myra's got a question
arthritis
over here.
sucks. What is it?
Myra's asking, who here has done the 19 questions? I
Not
have
me.
not, and I probably won't. I don't know. I just, I don't
I
mind
haven't
sharing
seen
things,
that one.
but it was about a month or so ago. It was going around a lot, and
Oh, I probably didn't
I
answer.
lost track of it. But it was, I guess it was interesting when I ran across people who were sharing it. But I don't know. I don't get involved in those types of things too much because
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I guess I'm a little ADHD sometimes. Like,
Well, it's not
hey,
just that.
I
You know,
have,
you're kind of you don't. You're very cautious about um sharing certain things, but that's how God made you, and that's perfect. You
yeah.
know, me, I'm an open book. Sometimes I
Well, I
probably
can
say
be an
too
open
much.
book a little too much sometimes myself, but
Yeah, but you. I mean,
but
I'm not saying I'm not
I
meaning
like
you're
to
prude or
guard some
anything. I don't
things, I
mean it
guess.
that way.
Yeah,
Yes, you do.
I
You
like
know,
to guard some things.
your family's very important to you, and those things you protect, which
Yes,
you should,
yes,
like
and
I
you do
do.
too. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't share a lot of my family stuff. Um, most all of y'all have already seen what my dad looks like. Yeah, bless his heart. He
yeah,
ages so well, and I age so bad. I said, boy,
yeah,
my mama's genes hit me hard.
yeah. I understand that.
But, you know, my dad is a wonderful Christian man, and I am blessed. Oh, I'm so blessed to still have him with me.
Yeah,
He's 82, so, and he's very vibrant. I mean,
that's
he
awesome.
does everything for himself. He, um, I mean, of course, you know, the boys help him out with some stuff, but most, like his yard work, he does by himself. He prunes all his plants. He takes care of the pool. He takes care of his house. He just anything and everything. Picks up limbs. I mean, just everything. Picks up pecans. So we all have pecans every year. He
Good,
gets some.
awesome. Um, Darlene Norgus R, you're
Yeah,
waiting in the car still. You don't have to wear your mask in the car. That will reduce your oxygen,
yeah.
and you
You can
may
take
fall
that
asleep
off.
uh,
Take it off.
you don't have to wear that in the car. So just a helpful hint if you
Yeah.
are. But I
Yeah. Come
know
on.
sometimes
Take it off. Take it off.
where we put it on, we might, if we're going somewhere, we put something like that on as a just to get ready,
Did
and we're ready.
you
So
hear that? Heck,
Myra's
I'm the
asking you,
coffee
Darlene,
table magazine.
if you were ever um, if you were ever, let's see, tagged to participate in the 19 questions, because she says you're supposed to be tagged to participate, and I was not. Um,
Neither was I.
okay, were you, Myra? Were you tagged to participate on? And our Nargis is the coffee table magazine. That's so funny.
I
Yeah,
know that's what I was laughing at.
yeah. I, I heard you laughing about something she said. I just hadn't noticed what it was yet. Yeah.
You still on them 19 questions.
Heck, Dargis, I think you are the magazine in the doctor's office,
Yes.
not just the coffee table. It's the doctor's office. Oh my my. Well, ladies and gentlemen, uh, appreciate you all joining me this morning, but I'm having trouble staying awake. So I am going to cut this way short today, which I can't believe I'm doing, but I'm going to.
Hey, you
It,
can't. You don't want to be falling asleep on us either. Nobody be able to
no,
get out.
I don't need that keyboard impression right here on
Yeah.
the forehead.
You don't want to be able to read your letters up there, do you? No telling us what you
So,
might spell out.
yeah, so I appreciate everybody who joined us this morning, and thank you so much for your kindness and your words. Hey, Destiny, you you seem to time it lately where we're about to go off.
Hey,
But
Destiny.
I love you, Destiny. I love you, Myra and Darlene and Darlene B and everybody else who's, of course, in the chat, and anybody else who comes along. We pray God's blessings on your life. And
for sure.
Denise, did you want to say any kind of special goodbyes to everyone?
I love you all very much. Big, lots and lots of love and big hugs to every one of you. Y'all are a true blessing to me. Thank you.
Thank you. And you are a blessing to all of us, and the chat is a blessing as well. And we thank God for each of you, because without each of you, our life just wouldn't be the same. You know, God has blessed us all with each other, and we are thankful for that. So, and appreciate you guys coming in the chat, because without you, we don't have a show. And we'll see you tomorrow, probably back on Darlene's channel. And at the same time, same bat station, 8:30 Eastern Daylight Time on Norgus R. So with that, we say have a blessed day. God bless you, your family, and your world. And thank you so much for joining us this morning. Goodbye.